On March 11, 2011, at 2:46 p.m. local time, a magnitude 9.0 earthquake, one of the most powerful ever recorded, struck off the coast of Japan. The epicenter was located approximately 43 miles east of the Oshika Peninsula of Tohoku. The earthquake triggered a massive tsunami, with waves reaching heights of up to 133 feet. These waves crashed into Japan's northeastern coastline, engulfing entire towns and villages. The impact was devastating, leaving behind a trail of destruction and loss that would forever be etched in Japan's history. This was not just a natural disaster, it was a national crisis. The earthquake and tsunami caused widespread damage across a large swath of Japan's eastern coastline. The Tohoku region in particular bore the brunt of the disaster. The tsunami, with its incredible force, swallowed homes, businesses, and infrastructure, leaving behind a scene of unimaginable devastation. The disaster's reach extended far beyond the initial impact zone. The tsunami waves traveled miles inland, inundating low-lying areas and causing widespread flooding. Critical infrastructure, including roads, bridges, and communication lines, were destroyed, paralyzing transportation and hindering rescue efforts. The world watched in horror as the true scale of the disaster unfolded. The Great East Japan earthquake and tsunami served as a stark reminder of the immense power of nature and the importance of disaster preparedness. The events of that day left an indelible mark on Japan, but they also sparked a remarkable spirit of resilience and determination. From the ashes of destruction, Japan began a long and arduous journey of recovery and reconstruction, driven by a collective will to rebuild and emerge stronger than ever before. The human toll of the disaster was staggering. The official death toll exceeded 15,000, with thousands more still missing. Entire families were wiped out, their homes reduced to rubble. The tsunami's relentless surge left countless individuals displaced. The emotional scars ran deep, with many grappling with trauma and loss. The Japanese government provided counseling and support to help survivors cope. The economic cost was immense, estimated at over $300 billion. Recovery required a Herculean effort, demanding financial resources and determination. In the face of loss, the Japanese people demonstrated remarkable resilience. Communities came together, offering aid and comfort. The Tohoku region, located in northeastern Japan, was the area hardest hit by the disaster. This predominantly rural region, known for its picturesque coastline, fishing villages, and agricultural land, was forever changed by the events of March 11, 2011. The tsunami's destructive force swept across the region, leaving a trail of devastation in its wake. The statistics paint a grim picture of the destruction in Tohoku. Over 127,000 buildings were completely destroyed, with hundreds of thousands more suffering significant damage. Coastal communities were reduced to rubble, their streets littered with debris and the remnants of shattered lives. The tsunami's saltwater intrusion also had a devastating impact on farmland, rendering vast areas unusable for agriculture. The fishing industry, a vital part of the Tohoku region's economy and way of life, was decimated. The tsunami destroyed fishing boats, equipment, and port facilities, crippling the livelihoods of countless fishermen. The loss of fishing grounds due to debris and contamination further compounded the industry's challenges. The agricultural sector, another pillar of the Tohoku economy, also suffered catastrophic losses. The tsunami's saltwater intrusion rendered vast tracts of farmland unusable, devastating rice paddies, orchards, and vegetable fields. The destruction in Tohoku was not merely a matter of statistics, it represented the shattering of lives, the loss of livelihoods, and the disruption of a way of life. The road to recovery would be long and arduous, requiring not only physical reconstruction but also the healing of deep emotional wounds. Japan has long been regarded as a leader in disaster preparedness. The nation's history is punctuated by earthquakes, tsunamis, and volcanic eruptions, making disaster readiness an integral part of its culture. Stringent building codes, early warning systems, and regular disaster drills are deeply ingrained in Japanese society. However, the scale and intensity of the 2011 earthquake and tsunami surpassed all previous experiences, exposing vulnerabilities in even the most well-prepared nation. Japan's seawalls, some of the tallest and most extensive in the world, proved inadequate against the sheer force of the tsunami. The waves, reaching unprecedented heights, easily breached these defenses, exposing the limitations of existing infrastructure. The earthquake's magnitude also exceeded the design limits of some buildings, even those constructed to withstand seismic activity. The disaster served as a harsh reminder that nature's power can sometimes overwhelm even the most robust preparations. The 2011 disaster highlighted the importance of regularly reviewing and updating disaster preparedness measures. It underscored the need for a multi-layered approach to disaster risk reduction, encompassing not just structural defenses but also early warning systems, evacuation plans, and public awareness campaigns. In the aftermath of the disaster, Japan embarked on a comprehensive review of its disaster preparedness protocols, seeking to identify weaknesses and implement improvements to enhance the nation's resilience. The lessons learned from the 2011 disaster extended far beyond Japan's borders. The event served as a wake-up call for countries around the world, prompting a reassessment of disaster preparedness measures and a renewed focus on building more resilient societies.